The dojo smelled faintly of sweat and polished wood, the late morning sun streaming through tall windows and spilling across the mats. Rows of students in crisp white gis lined the walls, their belts tied neatly, their eyes eager for entertainment. In the center, the black belt instructor smirked, bouncing lightly on his feet. His broad shoulders and swagger filled the room as his voice rang out. "Come on, sweetheart, don't be scared. I'll go easy on you." Laughter erupted. Some students grinned, others whispered cruelly, "Why's she even here? She doesn't belong. She's gonna embarrass herself." On the edge of the mat stood a woman in a yellow shirt. No gi, no belt. Just plain sneakers squeaking as she shifted nervously. Her arms folded across her chest, but her jaw was tight, her eyes burning steady. "All right," the black belt boomed, circling her like a predator. "You signed up? Now prove yourself." The students chuckled louder. One even muttered, "This will be funny." She stepped forward slowly. Her voice, though soft, carried across the room. "I didn't come to prove anything. I came to learn." The black belt threw his head back and laughed, wiping imaginary tears from his eyes. "This will be fun. Don't worry, I won't break a nail." The dojo roared with laughter. But in the corner, a young boy tugged his mother's sleeve. "Why are they making fun of her?" he whispered. The mother said nothing. She only frowned. The instructor clapped his hands. "Begin!" He lunged at her with a dramatic, exaggerated strike meant to humiliate, not harm. She didn't flinch. She simply stepped aside, so quietly, it looked almost accidental. "She's running away!" a student shouted, and the laughter rose again. But her eyes told a different story. Calm, patient, calculating. The black belt's grin faltered. He attacked again, faster this time. Her arm lifted in a precise block, redirecting his force. The sharp thud of contact silenced the laughter for the first time. "Lucky move," he muttered, irritation creeping into his tone. He pressed harder, fists flying, feet pounding against the mats. But she moved like water. Sidestep, turn, deflect. Her motions weren't flashy. They were efficient, exact. The students leaned forward, whispers now tinged with disbelief. Even the boy in the corner's eyes grew wide. Then it happened. With one swift pivot, she shifted her weight, caught his arm, and flipped the towering black belt flat onto his back. The dojo gasped. The thud of his fall echoed like thunder. She stood above him, breathing steady, her yellow shirt glowing under the harsh lights. The black belt groaned, stunned on the mat, pride shattered in front of his own students. A whisper cut through the silence. "Who taught you that?" The woman's eyes softened. Her voice was quiet but firm. "My father. He was a U.S. Army soldier. He told me one day I'd need to protect myself when nobody else would. He taught me not to fight for pride, but for survival." Her words hung heavy in the air. She looked down at the black belt. "You fight to humiliate. But real martial arts? It's about respect." Shame washed over his face. He pushed himself to his knees, humbled. In her mind, her father's voice echoed. "Strength isn't about who's strongest. It's about who still stands when others are knocked down." Then the applause came. First one clap, then another. Soon the dojo erupted, not with laughter, but with admiration. The young boy beamed, his mother nodding with pride. The black belt bowed deeply. "I owe you an apology. I forgot what martial arts is truly about." She nodded back. Then remember this. Never underestimate someone because of how they look. Respect is the first lesson. And the last. The class stood and bowed. A silence of reverence filled the room. As she walked off the mat, shoulders square, chin high, she whispered softly, almost as if to her father, "I did it." And in that moment, everyone knew the truth. Strength isn't measured by belts or titles. It's measured by heart.